everyone, welcome back to the Hollywood Actors Guide to Surviving the Film and Television Industry. This is your host, Jennifer Lynn Warren. Let's talk about casting directors. I am hearing so much stuff out there about what you can do and what you can't do, even from casting directors. And I wish, if I had a wish today that I could just suddenly make true for all actors, is that casting directors would start following each other on Instagram and social media and see what other casting directors are posting. Because a lot of times when they're like, you must always do this, so you must never do that, you know, 2 more posts down, another casting director just as high profile even could be saying the exact opposite. For instance, I have in my notes, in my journal, as I told you guys, you got to keep a journal. A few years ago, I did a workshop with Sarah Perkins. At the time, she was one of the lead casting directors at 20th Century Fox. I'm not sure if she's still there, actually, but she might be. Her email is sarah.perkins@fox.com if you want to see if she's still there. Anyway, so in her workshop, what she was so keen to get across to us, and I know because these are my notes, she said, smile. Ask her how she's doing. That was literally a note in the workshop, that it was important to her, for you as an actor, to ask her how she's doing when you walk in. Crazy, right? She says she's OCD about cleanliness. She wants you to be so clean. I remember thinking at the time, what if I'm playing somebody who's homeless out on the streets? But at the time, I was afraid to even ask that question. I was still, I'm not as ballsy back then as I am now. But I'd be like, there are times when you don't want your character to be clean. Yeah, of course, don't come in the room smelling and things like that. I got that. But, sometimes a little grease in your hair and stuff can help with a character. But it's good to know if you're going in for Sarah Perkins. She's OCD about cleanliness, so go in, be neat and be clean. One of her notes was be loud. I mean, sometimes some auditions are very intimate and quiet, so maybe at the time it was a problem with her equipment and she didn't have really good microphones in there, but it doesn't matter. Right? Our problem as actors is to try to solve what they're looking for. And if you know that Sarah Perkins likes her actors loud, then you're loud. She said, off book helps, but not necessary. I wonder if that has changed. The way self-tapes are going these days, it's kind of hard to justify sending in a self-tape and not be off book these days, right? But it sounds like if we're going in live with her, it's nice to be off book, not necessary. She's not going to freak out if you're holding the sides, if you need to grab a line or two. And very important for her to don't walk in as the role. She wants to see who you are the moment you walk in that room. What does this all mean? Why am I going over all of this with you? Adam Sandler has I don't know if it's a TV show or a film. It's called Hustler. It's about basketball players. So sports movies are usually not my thing. So I'm probably not going to watch it. But I saw an article about how they found one of the lead actors for this, I'm guessing it's a film. Let's just say it's a film. If I'm wrong, I apologize. For this film, Hustler. It's coming out soon. I don't think it's out yet. And there was an interview with Adam Sandler about looking for this character. He had to be a certain ethnicity. I think it had to be a certain height. He had to be a professional basketball player, like all these criteria. So they did a wide search and they posted in the article this actor's audition video. And I think you should look it up. Why? Because he's wearing his Apple earphones in it, probably because he didn't have a good mic. He said he shot it on his phone. He said he didn't know how to shoot an audition. They shot it outside in natural lighting. You could hear him and you could see him. But all that mattered with that audition to Adam Sandler was that for Adam, he looked and sounded like the role. He didn't care that he didn't have a blank backdrop. He didn't care that there were earphones in this actor's ears. He didn't care that it was his sister reading with him and she wasn't really an actor. He didn't care that you could hear some of the noises that were outside that day. He didn't care about any of that. All he cared about was the work. And so I say all of this to say, regardless of what you see a casting director post on an Instagram, what matters is that you do the work. Because if you are right for the role, no matter what that casting director has said on their Instagram, nothing's going to keep you from getting that role. They could stop you from getting your tape passed on. That is very true. That unfortunately is very true. But I would like to think that a casting director who is in charge of 20th Century Fox would have the talent to spot talent and to pass on the tape if they're the right person for something, regardless of their own personal beliefs of what should and should not be done as an actor. I even saw a casting director post recently. I'm not going to say who it was, but it infuriated me. This casting director posted, and she's a New York casting director, that if an actor is good at their day job, then they're not going to be a good actor. I mean, I'm sorry, an actor is a professional human being. We rely on our day jobs to be able to pay for that real footage you see and those headshots you see. It's almost like inferring that if you have to have a day job that you're good enough at keeping and earning good money at so you can afford the lifestyle that an actor needs to have in order to pursue this career, then she's not interested in you unless you're a trust fund baby. That is what that says to me. And I don't think she realizes. I hope she doesn't realize that's how it's coming across. I almost replied, but I'm not interested in getting blacklisted from casting directors at this time. Maybe if I'm a bigger name someday and I'm less afraid of losing work over it, I think I might out her because I'm so mad about that. So I just want you all to calm down about all of these rules that are being thrown at you as actors. This job is hard enough. Getting off book is hard enough. Discovering the character, making strong choices, getting the wardrobe right, hoping that your cat doesn't meow during your tapes, finding somebody to be your reader. And if you're on We Audition, that should never be a problem. But sometimes finding the right reader if it has to be in another language. There's so much going on. Getting that time off of work, hoping that, you know, working a double shift at your server job and it's the audition's due tomorrow morning after working 12 hours, that you're going to have the energy to get home, put your makeup on, do your hair, and get that audition in and actually have it be good after, you know, just trying to survive all day. I see all this. I see you guys doing all this, and I love it. And I think you guys are freaking warriors. Actors are warriors. Those of you who are out there that are hustling, that are grinding, you guys are doing it. You are artists. You are actors. And don't let some casting director or agent throw some random rules at you, like you have to smile and ask me how my day is when you come into the room, to keep you from having the life that you deserve and the career that you deserve because you're working so hard for it. That is what I think I'm trying to say. Thank you again to We Audition, weaudition.com. Use promo code HAG25 to get 25% off. That's it. That's all I have for you this week. Break a leg out there, and remember, you are not alone.